delighted to present to you modest achievements made by the Edo State Police Command in the last 2 weeks. As we gradually exit year 2020 and approach year 2021, we have continued to discharge our constitutional responsibilities aimed at protecting lives and property by striving to prevent crime and criminality. However, there have been reported cases of kidnapping, inter-cult rivalry clashes in the state. They are being painstakingly looked into with a view to sniffing out the perpetrators wherever they hibernate. And I want to quickly dispel a rumor making the rounds that 25 or 26 people were kidnapped along Benin Auchi Road. I read the story. I make bold to say the story is not correct. Total falsehood. There was no time such an incident happened in Edo State. And for that reason, I want to appeal to all of us that we should, as much as practicable, embark on investigative journalism. We are here to serve you, and you can, of course, cross-check your facts with us before going to press. Yes, there is a need to inform members of the public of happenings around them. That's a way of educating them. But to misinform can be as bad as not making information available. To this end, the achievements made are presented hereunder. Arrest of armed robbers. On 17th of November 2020 at about noon, operatives while on township patrol along Lagos Street in conjunction with the local vigilance arrested 5 suspected armed robbers, namely Kelvin Odinje, Emmanuel Okafor, Eric Ojowe, Benga Raymond, Daniel Ibanga. They were searched. Locally made weapons were found on them, including live cartridges. On 2011-2020, one Ubina Mwigbo, male, of no fixed address, was hired by Sonny Oboyo to convey him to an agreed location. Unfortunately, the man who pretended to be a cab driver turned out to be a robber. The Sonny Oboyo was robbed of a sum of ₦1 million. The suspect is with us. The weapon too is also with us. On 21st of November 2020, at about 01:45 hours, 2 suspected armed robbers, namely Ehis Ahuwan and Stanley Obiora, were arrested by the police with the cooperation of the vigilance men along General Hospital Road. We were able to recover from them their weapon, which of course was a single-barreled gun, and several live cartridges. On the 24th of November 2020, 6 armed robbery suspects, namely Samuel Nwechi, Kingsley Efe, Frank Rowland, Godstime Jumbo, and others, they were arrested at Uneru Street off Sakpumba Road, Benin City. They confessed to be members of armed robbery gang terrorizing Upper Sakpumba Road. It's a common knowledge that Sakpumba has been an area that have really given us a hell of time policing. And this is understandable because a number of criminal elements from our intel, we have a number of criminal elements hibernating in such an area, and we have promised them that they will not rest until we get rid of all of them. So recovered from these criminal elements are a locally made pistol, Lexus saloon car, household utensils, there are quite many, including generator, bells, a lot more, ladies' handbags, wearing apparels. On 28th November 2020 at about 13:40 hours, operatives from the anti-cultism unit acting on distress call received from residents of Uguyoko along Ekenwa Road, Benin City, about the activities of hoodlums in the area. We were able to recover an AK-47 rifle from the criminal elements and a Toyota Camry saloon car. We have extended our investigations to the licensing office with a view to determining the original owner of the vehicle to claim shame from the police. On 26 November 2020, a suspected cultist cum armed robber, namely Edobo Lucky, was arrested by operatives of this command at Ekeadolo with one locally made gun and 2 live cartridges. 4 suspected armed robbers were also arrested, and the following items were recovered from them: an English revolver pistol, 5 locally made guns, expended cartridges, a Toyota Camry saloon car, and another saloon car, a Toyota Corolla saloon car. All these vehicles, of course, were vehicles stolen, and efforts are in place to ensure that we trace their owners with a view to handing them over. Arrest of kidnappers. 4 suspected kidnappers, namely Waubi Edovebi, Godwin Perich, Samuel Edosodion, Friday Osage, were arrested by officers of the Nigerian Army and handed over to the police command. I've told you before now that there is a synergy, perfect synergy, cooperation, collaboration between and, of course, amongst the security services. We have always worked together, and this is demonstrated by the recent arrest of these suspected kidnappers by the Nigerian Army, handed over to the Edo State Police Command. The matter is under investigation. Arrest of cultists. 7 suspected cultists, namely Pius Obede, Sunday Modisa, Kelvin, you will see all of them when we go down the stairs. They were arrested at different locations in the state for having engaged themselves in inter-cult rivalry clashes. And when they commenced this clash, they put fears in the minds of peaceful, peace-loving residents of various communities, and the activities we have discovered to be inimical to the interest of peace lovers. And when they were arrested, guns were recovered from them, POS terminal recovered from them, ATM cards of different banks, bunch of keys. This is a very clear indication that they are criminal elements, and they have equally made confessions as to places where they have gone to rob. And we also have some of their victims who are here to also give an account of their experience in the hands of these criminal elements. Let me quickly remind us of the fact that 2 correctional centers were broken into aftermath of the NSAS protest. And I want to say that we have been able to effect the arrest of some of these escapees. That is, arrest of custodial center escapees. 3 hardened criminals, namely Osamui Omoribe, Raymond Amwa, and Omon Ayo, who, of course, were serving various jail terms at Benin Correctional Center, have been rearrested, and we are making adequate plans to investigate the current offense or offenses they've committed with a view to prosecuting them for the new offenses, and of course, we will equally charge them for having escaped from lawful custody. I want to say, without mixing words, that as we approach the Yuletide season, the police will not rest on its oars until all the arms and ammunition carted away by the hoodlums, aftermath of the NSAS protest, are recovered and escapees from Benin and Oko custodial centers rearrested. You will agree with me that having about 2,000 custodial center escapees in circulation is worrisome. Very, 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 very worrisome. And as I said before now, we'll leave those stones unturned to make sure that we'll get them back. It is not a problem for Edo State alone. It is a problem that goes beyond the territorial boundaries of Edo State. Some of these escapees have been found outside Edo State. Our sister commands, police commands outside Edo State have equally assisted to effect the arrest of some of them, and they have sent them to us. Lagos State Command, we have received some of them from Lagos State Command, and some other commands that have come in contact with them. So it's a total war against these criminal elements. So therefore, the criminal elements resident in Edo State will not know peace, while those planning to make incursion from contiguous states, I want to stay clear, as the police command is fully prepared to wage war against them. We'll have a summary of the suspects arrested. Number of suspects arrested for armed robbery, 20. Number of suspects arrested for kidnapping, 4. Number of suspects arrested for cultism, 7. Number of suspects arrested for escape from lawful custody, 3. Though they were equally found to have committed other offenses. So total number of suspects, 34. And we also have exhibits that were recovered, including AK-47 rifle, English revolver, locally made guns, cartridges, ammunition, other forms of ammunitions, monetary exhibits, and household equipment that were recovered from the criminal elements. As we said before now, we'll continue to brief you of our achievements. We'll continue to reach out to the good people of Edo State through your various media. Thank you.